Hello, swole heads. It's Greg Allison with Green Gregs. How are y'all doing tonight? It is 18 March 22. Time on deck is 23:5100 hours Central Daylight Time. So we got right now 9 minutes left in today. 9 minutes of Friday left by Central Standard Time. Of course, if you're in the Eastern Time Zone, it's already tomorrow. And if those of you watching from England, it's been tomorrow for a while. You already got sunrise, probably. Hope everybody's doing well today. So a lot of things going on. If you're signing, I got a lot of new subscribers. So if you're signing into this video for the first time, wondering what this is all about, I like to have a couple of videos of my subscribers once a week when I can, just to let y'all chat and ask me questions. We're family in my channel if you hadn't discovered that yet. And so we come in here and I afford my listeners a chance to chat with me and to chat with each other. This is a family room, which means, this is kind of like a reunion, which a lot of us not been able to have because of all the social distancing, because of the bug going around. So this just gives us a little relief from that. But, I cover a lot of material, a lot of diverse topics, and people a lot of times have different questions to ask. And we go over some things, weather and stuff like that. Sometimes I pick a subject to start out with, but I usually try to avoid that on Wednesday and Thursday nights. Sometimes I'll have live sessions at other times in which I pick a topic to talk about. There are plenty of topics to cover right now. The world is coming literally apart at the seams in so many ways. It's not funny. But at the same time, it doesn't mean we should panic. I tell my followers never panic. A lot of people mistakenly think I'm out pumping fear porn because they only listen to the first 3 minutes of my video and then they go, and they run off. And if anybody knows my channel knows better, because usually at the end of my videos, I'm talking, I bring up an issue, something to be concerned with. But at the end of the video, I'm talking about things we can usually do to prevent that from occurring in the first place, or at least try to prevent it or mitigate it as much as possible. And, an ounce of prevention is worth a gallon of cure. But the cure is we prep. And I've been encouraging everyone to prep for some time. So some of this stuff's already happened. Some of it's already hit the fan in many ways. And prepping has covered a lot of people already. Like, when the toilet paper preppers hit, the real preppers were already prepped. We didn't have to worry about the storage shelves going empty on toilet paper. We already had ours. We were good. We didn't worry about that. That's why I went in the big box store, Salmon's Club, and I was laughing about it when it occurred here locally. I went live because I thought it was funny. Some people, oh, well, you're laughing at people's misfortunes. No, if you'd planned, you wouldn't have had that problem. Should have thought ahead. Because I've been telling everybody for a long time. I've been warning people before that. I told them to prep before that occurred. And so if they didn't pay attention, no, they just didn't pay attention. I try to help people. It's a proposition this channel to help people survive, thrive, and stay out of the hive. And that's what we talk about a lot here. All right, so we got some people coming in the room. And we do have, what happened? I went out of the live chat. So should be back in now. So flip me out. So let's see what people are saying here tonight. And we do have a little family issue to talk about tonight when we get enough people in the room. There's a little consternation that's come to my attention that we shall have to talk about later if we get, certain people in the house tonight. We'll see who shows up. We are late. I don't understand that. I've been busy today. I usually am. And I had a guest over this evening. So, I had to take care of some business. So let's see. Alpha Omega Survival Supply. Yeah, that's a good name. Good to see you. Frazioli. Fazioli, excuse me. One of my best friends was named Grazioli. He says, hello. And Catherine Sigurgesson, good Nordic name. Hello, Greg and everyone. Brian Keith, sup, Greg? Still Roz, 3 howdy. Let's see. Sophia, how you doing? Hello, Greg. Taz Blackwell. Hey, Greg and Granny and Kathy, Dow and Cha-Cha. Okay. We got all those people in the house tonight? I didn't see all of them yet. Okay. Let's see. Who else we got here? Arnold. 2 is my check-in number. Well, thank you, Arnold. That means he was the second person hit the thumbs up. I guess still was number 3. Very good. Kathlana Onig. Not so funny. Okay, Kathlana, what's not funny? A lot of stuff to be serious about right now, but don't mean we can't stop and smell the roses. Oh, they can eat worms. Now, wait a minute, Kathlana. Worms might be a good thing. It's a very lean meat, high protein. So let's see, low in all those bad things that they associate with meats quite often. Let's see. Brian Keith, I like your videos. I don't see fear porn. Exactly. I don't like Canadian Prepper. Says all his videos lately fear porn for the last 30 days. Well, he's got spooked by all the stuff going around. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on right now. You know, he was always calm, nothing's happening, and then all it was, well, I was telling you all along to expect this stuff. And a lot of these people were, even prepper channels, a lot of them were in denial early on. They had cognitive dissonance. They had, what do you call it when you normalcy bias? Normalcy bias is high. You can take city prepper. Oh, everything's going to be fine. We just might have a little perturbance in the economy down the road. We need to prep because we might have a little perturbance down the road. Now he's singing a different song. Well, okay. I was telling you guys this stuff way back. And my main concerns have always been, typically the power grid. But I've always been concerned about some of the potential military situations. But I've always said, look, there's things we can do. We got to work it. We need to work on these things. That's why I chaired 2 power grid defense conferences, by the way. And, we're trying to make it happen. Out of the hive vibe. Kathleen, are you happy with the out of the hive vibe? Yeah, we need to stay out of the hive. That's the whole thing. It's not to be sucked in to the Borg. That's what we're talking about. Don't mean you believe every little thing that floats around and go chasing every little butterfly and bug that flies by. But it means that we're not under the control of the what. Kevin Smurf Durham. Let's say it right. I like that Smurf part. Howdy, Greg. All right. Let's see. I love fear porn. LOL. Long port. There you go, Taz. Don't be the long pork. Yeah, that's some good advice I give you all a lot of times. I said, don't be the long pork. How do you keep from being the one long pork? You have to get more people into prepping. One way. Of course, have your friendly little nugs and some nug kibbles. You have to feed nugs. It gets hungry if you don't feed them. Amsterdam. Hi, y'all. This is my first time on your live, Mr. Green. Well, thank you, Amsterdam. Are you from Amsterdam, or is that just your name? Never been to Amsterdam. I have been to Europe. I've been to, I landed in France, but the airport, Charles de Gaulle, has been in France. So I've been to Italy. I've seen the Shroud of Turin when I was in Italy, and I've been to Moscow. That is the sum total of my European experiences so far. Hello from Rogersville. Hey, North Alabama. And do you know Rogersville? Okay, do you know Randall Tucker? Tell me if you know Randall Tucker. He's from Rogersville. He used to work for him. Think the world of him. All right, let's see. Checkers X. Okay, Checkers X. Hiya, Greg. Let's see here. Peculiar Southern Grandma. Gotta go find your video here where I can order my tobacco seeds. Oh, I don't know if Truly sells tobacco. It might. I tell you what, though, I'll be putting some more seed companies on pretty soon. I've got more affiliate marketing availabilities. I just hadn't shared them all yet. I've set some other things up. I just hadn't brought it in yet. Got to figure out how to bring them in. Oh, Kathleen singing a song. There you go. I sing a song here sometimes. I've written a couple of songs and shared them with you guys. More Starlinks about to scroll them. I missed it. I follow the sky. Let me see. I missed it. What happened? Where'd that comment go? La. I don't see it now. Brian Keith, a lot of channels I don't watch anymore because of fear porners. Although I love faith, no fear. Guys, I always tell you, never panic. Never panic. And we come out here and we listen to the frogs. I say, we got to stop and smell the roses along the way. You got to hug your loved ones, man. I mean, you already got to do that, especially you know how long life is. We just don't know. Greg, right when I go hiking, I bring that dehydrated food or freeze dried because just imagine being canned food. Oh, we got a super chat tonight already. Thank you, Woodchuck Tin Man. Woodchuck Tin Man. Thanks for your knowledge. I found you a couple of years ago about worms. The Carrington event started fires. It did. Would EMP cause fires everywhere with our more modern electric systems? Thank you. Hey, we got a birthday girl in the house. What day past her birthday? Ah, you caught me. Happy birthday to my fellow fishy. So bummed I missed your call. Thank you, everyone, for all my birthday wishes. There we go. So, oh yeah, it's past midnight, so you caught me. Wow, clock just turned on me. All right, so let me come back up here to Woodchuck. He's asked a good question here. Here's what I worry about. Back in the day, the telegraph stations had an insulator in the wall. It was just a glass ring, and the wire passed right through that glass ring. A lot of the wires back then weren't insulated, kind of like fence wires. You ever seen electric fences where the wires are on insulators going through the fence? I think your telegraph line used to be like that. Now they probably insulated it. Randall Tucker's son and I grew up together. Ah, well, you tell Randall Tucker, Greg Allison said hi. Yeah, I worked for Randall Tucker, supported him quite a bit. I like that man. I thought the world of Randall Tucker. For those that don't know, Randall Tucker was he worked for the railroad company for several years before he went to NASA. So he's got a lot of practical experience, and I worked for him for 2 years on the first stage of the Aries One vehicle, solid rocket motor part of it. So tell Randall I said hi, if you don't mind. You can pass it up through the son. And then we said Rogersville, it was pretty close. It's not a big city. All right. So getting back to this. So that wire didn't go all through the walls in the house. It went up through the insulator right down into the telegraph set on the desk, and it'd be a wire going back out somewhere, either on that side or somewhere on the other side, probably used about the same side going to the pole. So you had a wire coming in, wire going out. And it was the change in the current that activated a little electromagnet that made that thing click. And if you clicked it, you put pulses of current on the system. So, and then people and these telegraph stations would have batteries in them. Well, when the Carrington event occurred, there was such sparks, there was so much power on the system that they found it would operate without the batteries connected. They disconnected the batteries. And they found that a lot of times it caused fires. It caught paper on the desk on fire, and somebody actually caught some of the stations on fire. Some of the telegraph stations caught fire. They said the railroad event in 1921 caused some fires in forest, and I think even the Carrington event probably did, burnt some lines. So some of these people say this thing is just, it's a high voltage, but it's extremely brief. You already got to wonder about that. If E1 would be, but E3 from the sun is going to last longer. So I don't think that's the case at all. Those are the kind of fires and stories you hear about. So I would worry in a modern house with wires run all through my walls everywhere when you get that kind of surge of power going through those wires. Thankfully, you do have insulation on them, but there's places like Spatial where you got it screwed into the light switches. Sometimes they jab it in, which is very short connectors, or sometimes the best thing, if you're doing an electrical connector, is to strip that wire back, put a hook on it, and put it under that screw. That's the best connection, not the little jab connectors in the back. But those are interfaces where you could much easier get sparks. The wires might burn. You can burn, if you burn a wire, it'll burn insulation. I've seen that happen. Where I was in a shelter half, and I had my hand on the switch, had a guy changing generators on me, 5 kW generators. I was an ANTRC 138. If anybody know what that is, that's a microwave communications van. And the guy didn't do the protocol. You're supposed to check to see what voltage that generator is before you flip it over. It needed to be 120, not 240. He left it on 240. When he switched generators, as soon as he switched them, I smelled wires. Hit the switch as fast as I could. My hand was on that switch, hit it fast as I could. I smelled every wire in my shelter burning. Fortune's metal shelter half went on the back of a deuce-and-a-half truck, 2.5 ton, all-wheel drive diesel truck. I love those things. I love driving those things. Anyway, I've driven those things up mountains, up crazy ravine-filled roads. And I've driven them on the highways all the way down to Count Shelby, Mississippi from up here. So they were fun to drive. But the shelter halves, that's when I was National Guard after I got out of the Army. The whole point I'm saying this is that it's possible you can burn your house down. This stuff might cause house fires. If you're in an apartment complex and any one of those units catch fire, you could all go up in smoke. I would not want to be in an apartment complex when it hits the fan. People are going to be inside burning stuff inside their house to cook by and keep warm. They don't know what they're doing. They'll have open fires inside their house. There's going to be a lot of apartments burned down because water ain't going to be able to flow from the cities. They're not going to be able to put fires out. It's not going to be. Being in the city is the worst place you can think to be. So woodchuck, I would be concerned about that. Very concerned. I said the best thing you could do to really play it safe, excuse me, and I've not been able to afford this yet myself, go off grid. That's the safest thing you can do. Go off grid. Okay, see, I tell you guys, people ask me questions in here. I give you answers. It can be across the spectrum. I started this channel as a urban gardening channel. I was going to talk about gardening and worm farming and aquaponics, stuff like that. Microgreens, you know, I do those kind of things. And I got a video I just filmed about worms. I'll put up just explaining how my worms are going right now. I'll probably post that maybe Sunday, maybe Saturday. I filmed it today, earlier. Well, I say today, Friday. Excuse me. I'll tell you now when I did the video. When I give a date stamp, that's when I make my video. And when I'm live, you know it's live. But sometimes I record them and post them later. But you know, as you know, I've chaired 2 power grid defense conferences, and somebody asked me, "Hey, Greg, tell us about power grid." And so I did a video on that. Next thing I know, that's what went first thing that went viral on my channel. So that shifted my channel into the spectrum of being a prepping channel. Well, I've been a prepper before there was a word for it. So, you know, that kind of came natural to me anyway. And in terms of what's going on in the world, I've always kept up with that kind of stuff. Like I said, when I was a kid in high school, my books, what I read, I might have started this when I was in middle school, was I had books on military strategy. Big thick books. I joined the military book club as a kid. And I had chemistry books. I had, you know, I was reading way above my grade level. And I found that stuff very interesting and entertaining. I was doing all that stuff at the same time I was building muzzle loaders, corncob pipes. So I've always been country and quite a few other things too, right? So, hey, Scratch, how you doing? I'm gonna have to pull up another video to show you. Some of y'all may have never seen it. So I can find this. Oh, wait a minute, I'm gonna go to YouTube so I can find this. Hang on, guys. If I can find it, I will show you the oldest video of me on the, oh, I see North Shore's live right now too. Hang on, I can get it right. Oh, I'm talking the wrong place anyway. Hang on, guys. Well, that ain't it. But yeah, it is one. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm gonna do a share here. Screen share. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. So I typed in 1993 ISDC, International Space Development Conference, in my name. There's a town hall meeting at that conference. That's me. There's Lori Garver. She later became the deputy administrator of NASA. That's Charlie Walker. He was the first private astronaut, first astronaut private company. And here was Mr. Thompson, who was the, he was actually a director of the Marshall Space Flight Center at one time. I think that may be Glenn Reynolds. I can't tell for sure. Glenn Reynolds is in some of these videos. He started Instant Pundit. There's Charlie Walker. There's Buzz Aldrin. This is all at my conference in 1993. Now, this was not 1993. This is me debating with Rick Tomlinson and, oh shoot, had him on my channel here the other day on Galactic Greg's, I get brain lock right. Bob Zubrin. He started he wrote the book Case for Mars. There's no ex-girlfriend of mine, Lori Wiggins. Let's see, there I am at the 1997 ISDC talking about my Halo project. If I'm looking for, though, I'm not seeing it. So how I find it, I can go in here and click on this guy's channel. He's got all these space activist archives. he went around. He went around making videos at these conferences. Now, see, I don't see mine coming up here, but all I got to do is click videos, sort by. I'll sort by the most popular because I know it's pretty well for his channel and popular list. And here we are. This is the oldest video I know of me on the internet. The oldest video of me on YouTube is right here. Well, not the longest on YouTube, but it's the oldest filmed video. And another friend of mine was made me this. Who used to film the ISDCs. Let's see. Stop this ad here. Turn on some sound. I'm Greg Allison, chairman of the 1993 National Space Development Conference. I welcome you all here to Archival, Alabama. Looks like we have a lot of people here. A lot of you came here to some pretty tough measures, and I just want to say that we're all happy to see you here. Hang on. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. That we were still, a world power. Let's see and listen to this. What I'm talking about here. Our country at that time. So I'm gonna pick it up when it starts. The key instrumental people in designing and developing that system. Conrad Edinburgh will be here off and on to the regular conference. So we have a big panel at Space and Rocket Center Saturday night. I understand it's already sold out. Those like a few of you who pre-registered, you're going to get a heck of a program there and get the whole pastoral of people. World War II, when we went to Fiji, this thing in World War II. Hang on. Pastoral of people. The interesting thing, I like to go back to this thing in World War II. We went 50 years ago and cut back $8. If you were looking at our country at that time, we were really a backwards nation. I mean, the United States had a good culture. We had good values, good principles. But technologically and economically, we weren't anything to really brag about. We were still, a world power. But if you look at what we had in those days, there was dirt roads everywhere. Out in the country, nobody had city water. I mean, heck, people were still most of the drawing waters out of wells. There weren't even power available in a lot of areas. A lot of telephones were available. The country was primitive. Yet, we found it within ourselves to fight wars on two sides of the world all at once and win them. And we emerged as the world power. And we went from there to fight a Cold War. This shows a lot of resolve and a lot of capability. Today, we seem to think we just can't do anything. Here we have a lot of technology, a lot of new things, and so where's the side that come from that we just can't do anything? It's really bad. That was an affliction we had kind of in the early 90s there, so I just took it on. So, hey, if we can come out of the middle of nothing and accomplish these things, why can't we do anything today? So that was kind of the philosophies, but I was talking about, the military action there. And I even talk about the war in Alaska somewhere in here too. Let's see, I'll skip ahead a little bit. They were doing things, doing on a fast track. And for instance, we have some people with small scale initiatives. These are guys who are developing experiments, making things fly. They're doing things on their own. Anyway, I won't play all this video. I just giving y'all some samples. This is the oldest video. I was 33 years old. This was in May, Memorial Day weekend in 1993. I just turned 33 a couple months earlier. So there you go, guys. The oldest video of me that you're going to find anywhere out there that I know of. And there's many after that, many more, quite a few more. But I just thought that might entertain y'all a little bit. So let's see what all y'all talking about here, and then we'll go to some other videos. What do y'all think? More Starlink's about to be deployed. Oh, okay. Let's see, check out some chat here. Hope I didn't lose too many people with that. We got 78 in the room. What's a gig, Greg? Well, whatever you want to be the gig. We'll talk tonight. Sarah Johnson, we have a Rogersville in Big Mo, Missouri. Okay. Usually in bed by now, not tonight though. Okay, well let's just hang out and chat here, Greg. Wow. Happy worm moon. That's right. Full moon tonight is the worm moon. Let's see. We got David Green. Good evening, Greg. Greg's from a fellow Green. Said, if I were to order a solar generator, do you have any recommendations? No, I really don't have any recommendations on that yet. I want to equip my van and my bus and my place out in Arizona with solar, and I'll probably start putting in some solar here, but I just haven't done it yet. So I've got a lot of looking in to go to. I have a collection of insulators. Lavender are rare. Okay, Sarah, that sounds interesting. Yeah, I love the old glass insulators. Those are cute. And you still see on the big power lines, the big high voltage lines, they got the big glass insulators up there. That's what it takes. Scooby Snacks, how you doing? James Clouch, paper clips set trash on fire. Yeah, that would do it. Paper clips pick up the current. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes in a solar system. You got your power coming out of the solar cells. And they typically go through a converter and then into batteries. All right, Granny is in the house. Granny says, I'm talking to a granddaughter, kind of. Her phone may have went dead. Oh, you talking to your granddaughter, Kaylee? Or another granddaughter? Yeah, we all have to pray for Kaylee pretty often. She is having a tough time, guys. Broken Fish. I've always thought that. Okay, good to see you in the house, Broken Fish. He's one of our new subscribers. Let's see, Scratch, talking to Atlanta. Okay. Let's see, Jason Helms. So found one YouTuber that brings correct news, but at the same time, I don't like the guy because if anyone has a different opinion, he will block them every time. Well, there are guys that do that. Well, it's their channels. Yeah, I think I know a few guys that do that. So, kill your Southern grandma. Well, see, what happens when you're a YouTuber? A lot of times people come on and just start attacking you. And oh, now that's not that. It's not. They'll attack anything you say will be attacked. It don't matter what it is. Anything you say on YouTube, somebody's going to jump on it. And some people just get tired of it. They just it gets on their nerves, and they get to the point that they just can't handle it. It gets on my nerves sometimes, and sometimes I will say something, but I get over it. I try to be very accommodating. Try to. Sometimes it's hard, but I try to be very accommodating because I realize that people, I have a scientific engineering background. Most people don't have that, so I have to kind of bring people along a little bit, talk to you, and try to communicate to you, and try to make sense out of things for you. And that takes some doing, and that's okay. I try to be a communicator, and if I'm not communicating, then I'm not getting across. And some things are hard to communicate, especially when a lot of people got their heads set with certain things. There is a lot of misinformation out here on the internet these days, a lot on both sides, on all sides of any discussion. So it takes a little working through to discern what is and what isn't. And even then you got to second guess it. So don't take anything for granted, and don't double check and verify everything, including me. All right, Sarah Johnson says, only problem with going off grid is no refrigeration. Well, you can have it if you got solar electric. Generators can run it some, but it's hard to keep generators going and make a lot of racket. Solar Sandra. Okay, Sandra, that's what you need when freeze dried fruit. If it just has. I got this freeze dried, guys. Okay, so since we're talking about it, do check out prepwithgreg.com. Prepwithgreg.com. We got those specials still running. I don't know how the True Leaves. I'm not sure. I don't know how they've been able to keep it up, but we still got the specials running. If you go to prepwithgreg.com, you can still get $150 off 3-month supply. And my Patriot Supply, I don't know how they can keep it up. You can get $50 off of 2 buckets of the 4-week supply. It's 2 weeks per bucket. All right, 56. It says pray today is 56. Okay, thank you. All right, we got 94 in the room and only 75 thumbs up. We could use some more thumbs up, guys. And Scooby Snacks says, happy birthday, GG. Well, thank you. Thank you there, Scooby Snacks. I guess the word is out. Y'all know it. Grose, happy birthday. Yeah, well, I'm definitely having that today. It's a birthday, and y'all making me happy, so that's working. Sandra Johnson, powder milk. We have, let's see, where'd the comment go? Powdered milk we have. Okay. Need the eggs if you can't get chickens or local swap meat. Okay. You know what? If you take eggs and put mineral oil on them, they'll last longer. But if you wash an egg after the hen lays it, it won't last as long. There's just something, the hen lays a little layer on that egg. It makes it last longer. But when we wash it, we take that away. So, but mineral oil will definitely help them. There's a lot of techniques for preserving eggs and making them last longer. So you can check that. Greg, what are you wearing? This is a river shirt. This is a river shirt, just a river shirt, nothing else, just a river shirt. Got some necklaces on. I got on a pair of cargo pants and a belt and sandals. Let's see, that's what I'm wearing. It's pretty good for birthday. Hey, Four Corners Report, how you doing? Stan, you're just a kid, Greg. That's right, I'm just 8 years old now. I'm 8. Four Corners Report, good evening. All right, so Sandra Johnson says, I cannot believe you, Green Gregs. You sound the same. Oh, that's great. Talking about the same stuff. You see, that was Green Gregs back then, even though space. There's also Galactic Gregs and Green Gregs. I got both channels now. Hey, I'm no different. I'm the same guy today as I was back then. That was 1993. That's almost 30 years ago. I was 33. So I'm almost twice that age, but still talking the same stuff. I was running a conference. I had a big international space development conference, and I was the chairman of it. That was my first conference. Ooh, we had 1,000 people go to that conference. That was huge, and that kept me busy. That conference produced some excess revenue to help me start the altitude liftoff program. Hey, hello. Hang a rocket from a balloon and off we go. And then everything else is history. Hey, Greg, let's see, what was that? Missing some stuff. Worm Moon Madness. There you go. Exactly. I should have did a video for Worm Moon. Let's see, Amsterdam. For cooler, you all need is charcoal and water. Oh, for color, I think what you're saying. All right, get a bunch of happy birthdays. Thank you from Ernie M, Texas. Scratch. All right, thank you. Four Corners Report, thank you. Sandra Johnson talking to Taz. All right, let's see. Vicky, hey Vicky, how you doing? And Great Atlanta, hello, Vicky. I do need to call you, so I want to talk to you about those properties. Just inquire about them. Might have something in mind here. Oh yeah, if you are local, is anybody in the house that's local tonight? That's there's a prepper meeting in Huntsville tomorrow in the library at 10 o'clock. It's called NARPNet. You may remember I did a video with Mike from NARPNet talking about Billy Ray. Yeah, so he's the organizer of NARPNet. So check it out, guys, tomorrow at 10 at the Huntsville Madison County Library downtown Fort Book, next to the First Baptist Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. If you're local, you know what I'm talking about. The church with the cosmic egg beater Christ. It's a ginormous Alpha Omega Jesus Christ on the mural on front of his leg, like an egg beater for some reason. So, oh my God, it's a full moon making people mean. Are people mean? Hope nobody in here is mean. Let's all be nice tonight. Let's see. Looking for Worm Moon with Jasmine plants and car. All right, very good. Sandra Johnson always calls me Sarah. I call you Sarah? Okay, Sandra. Hope not. Vicky talking to New Days. Say hi to Shaylee. Okay, Shaylee. You got Shaylee and Kaylee. Okay, names are rhyming. That's cool. Imagine what God has in his solar system. Well, he's got a whole lot more than a solar system, the Watchman. He got the whole universe. He's got the whole universe in his hand. There you go, guys. That's why I talk about the universe in a solo cup. The big, multi-dimensional, blow our minds, ginormous multiverse. To God, it's just a thing, an artifact. Like my cup of coffee here. Let's see, Arnold. When I get older, losing my hair many years from now, will you still be sending me a birthday card? Tea, crumpets, and a bottle of wine. I suppose that's a song. Oh, Shaylee. Okay. Oh, Shaylee's needing some prayers. Shaylee and Kaylee. Don't read anything I type. Whoops, done messed up. Got me. And you're laughing. So Ernie scratch birthday. Yeah, that's what it is. That's my 60-second orbit around the sun. Some things are misconstrued. Peculiar Southern grandma, Granny always praying. Okay, yeah, there we go. We got to pray for Granny and his grandbabies. Hey, we got Lee Wilbarger in the house. How you doing, Lee? We have you live on the channel. Oh, we're live on Lee Wilbarger's channel too, guys. Very good. Very good. Yeah, I've heard rumors of some consternation. I'm looking to see if we got any consternation in the house tonight. There's no room for consternation, guys. So we're live here and we're live on Lee Wilbarger's channel. If y'all haven't been to Lee Wilbarger's channel, he's live right now and we're live on it. Go over there and check it out, guys. KLW World News. And if you hadn't subscribed, subscribe to Lee's channel. He's got a lot of information. You know, he covers many live videos. He goes wherever the news is. Right now, the biggest news is in Ukraine. So sometimes he's got like 16 different videos showing all at one time. He can't tell you they're live because the platform won't allow him to do that. But most of them tend to be somewhat closely linked to being at that state of reality. You know what I mean. So Mike Austin, happy birthday. KLW World News is streaming you live. Yeah, I know. He just told me. He just told me so. That's good. That's cool. That is cool. Cherry Cook says happy birthday, Green Greg. Yeah. Well, awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'm sure I'm getting people from his channel. I hope you'll subscribe here, and the guys that are here, go over there and subscribe to Lee. He likes to educate people. Yeah, all right. That is cool, VidCom. That is awesome. That is awesome. I spilled the beans, GG. Now all you need is a birthday spanking. Oh my goodness. You gonna come here and do it? Green Greg, my other grandmother is what? Let me see. Green Greg, my other granddaughter is not Kaylee, but Shaylee. Oh. Okay, yeah, your other grandmother. You still have a granddaughter named Kaylee, right? That's what we've been praying for, Kaylee, all along. All right, you need to make sure I'm not confused on that. Let's see, what is the mug tonight, Greg? Tommy Bentley, this is my family. You see that? That's my family. Let me go here and look at the live stream where I can see what I'm showing you. There's me, this hat, my grandson, granddaughter, youngest granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, my oldest daughter. There's her two kids. Oh, that kind of looks like a Norman Rockwell, don't it? Don't that look very Norman Rockwell-ish? So I got a younger daughter and an older son. So I've got 3 healthy kids that are doing well and 3 healthy grandkids who are doing well. I can't complain. I can't complain in that department. I know I'm blessed on that. So I look at other people that we need to pray for. And we need to do that, guys. Do you think Russia will or could unite with India, China, and China to destroy the US dollar? They're talking about it. See, India hates China because China wants part of India. And we could have an alliance with India against China, but India and Russia were allies way back. And so India and Russia are pretty close. And we've not had any luck, replacing Russia as India's main ally. And partly because we have really stepped on all over our feet and toes in foreign policy. It's like, our foreign policy experts, our State Department is like the Keystone Cops and Three Stooges combined. At least the Three Stooges meant to be humorous. These guys don't. They're just, they mess everything. They tend to mess a lot of stuff up. They don't, our State Department really don't have the long view. They tend to look at things black and white, and it's us versus them, and they judge the whole world in that context, and they forget a lot of things, and it's cost us a lot of problems down the road. Like what's going on in Iran today. We created this mess. We could have had, listen, guys, Russia, when they broke apart, looked to America for leadership. We swooped in and started robbing them. And so they, our vulture capitalists went in there and started taking stuff away from them. And so the nationalist forces basically stood back, had to claim their country back away from us. But we still could have made alliances with them. See, Russia's long-term biggest enemy is China, but we have driven Russia into China's camp. And because of the way we've been with them, they have turned around and turned on other neighbors near them, such as Ukraine. And the results have been catastrophic. We made a lot of that mess, but that don't give them an excuse to do what they've done either. So there's a mess there. And a lot of it is by blindness in our own foreign policy. We could have averted a lot of this. Maybe not everything, but we could have averted a lot of it if we had been wiser up front. I was calling, for what, a year, 2 years back, I was saying we should make peace with Russia and have an alliance against China because that was our biggest threat. Would have a very hard time doing that now, a very hard time. There's a lot of consternation now. It would be hard to overcome. Look, I've said always, there's good and bad people in every country, city, village, oblast, hamlet, shire in the world. There's good people in all these places. It's the governments that tend to turn sour and turn us against each other because they get power from playing people against each other. Oh, it's their fault. If you support me, I'll protect you against them. That's part of the gambit they play. That's why the Kim family in North Korea has had such absolute power over the people for so long because they keep them in abject fear of America. So, and some of the things Putin has said, about us bombing, Yugoslavia and what we did in Libya, he was right about that. What we did in Syria, he was right about that. And so, but if you want to put propaganda out, the best propaganda, even the best lies, is got a core of truth to it, and you put just enough spin on it to throw somebody off in the direction where you want them to go. And that's how, that's the true art of propaganda. There's a lot of propaganda there coming from both sides. So you just gotta step back and be discerning. And too often we've got a lot of people that have jumped in, they see something, they hear something, and they go, oh yeah, that's right. And you don't really connect all the dots in there. This is how that's a lot of these stories about that letter with a squiggly tail got so widely spread and made so widely popular, is that people really weren't connecting all the dots to make the big picture. They bought in on this narrow thing, and it fits other stories. I'm gonna do another video soon. I'm gonna talk about one of these sub cases on this. I referred to it in the past. I'm gonna try to avoid talking about tonight. It's my birthday. I don't want to be. Hey, we got a super chat from Mustang Sally. Thank you, Mustang. 99 cents. What's up? We got a cake in there. A slice of birthday cake. Thank you, Mustang. Appreciate it. So yeah, let's try to let's have a little fun tonight. Let's try to everybody try to behave, be good. We're being live broadcast here and on another channel too, which is awesome. Lee Wilbarger is he's a friend. So let's see, we got Don Pedoka says sub to both channels. Only the best information. There you go, Don. That's what I'm talking about. Bugsy says a happy birthday again, Gigi. Happy birthday to you. Well, excuse me. Thank you, Bugsy. You will have a birthday. How am I saying that? Let's see. Hey, Stan. All right, so everybody's in here. Amsterdam, new day as always, Granny. So what I do on Friday and Saturday, on Wednesdays and Friday nights, is I just answer questions mainly. I'd let y'all bring up whatever you want to. Greg just got a what in Alaska? Got a colony in Alaska. Oh, just started a colony in Alaska. Well, I used to live at Fort Greely, Alaska. Lived there 2 years. Only problem is it's a major target right now because it's got the missile defense there. So there's quite a few missiles that are trained in on the Fort Greely area, which is most unfortunate. So I would have to go some other part of Alaska. Alaska's huge, very big. And I was talking about Alaska in that video, by the way. I talked about the 1,000-Mile War. If you go back that ISDC video, me back in 1993, I'm talking about the 1,000-Mile War in that video too. So I've been talking military stuff. I've been a student of military things since I was in high school, middle school, actually. Like I said, I subscribed to the military book club. So Ernie says, I watched a video on YT earlier, how to make a solar panel from an old CD, 12 volts. Okay. Well, there's a lot of good videos out there. I think Vicky can vouch to you wouldn't survive. What? I think Vicky can vouch to you wouldn't survive. She's seen me in action, all about getting down to business. James says, Cat says, I don't really mean any disrespect, but this suddenly makes me hear love stinks lyric. Hey, have you go to the grocery store and look on the tea shelf? There's a tea sold at Publix here. It's called Puka Love. I think it's hilarious. I have to bring a box down for a future video. Puka Love. And that's just totally hilarious to me. All right, I've lost where I was at here in the scroll here. Hey, Chewy, good to see you, says Granny. Now, I like it when y'all talk to each other. That's what we're about here. All right, everybody's been nice tonight. Everybody's been very respectful. This is a family channel. I expect everybody, no cussing. No cussing allowed. If you cuss, the mods will take it out. And if you disrespect people in here, the mods would be taking that out. I've heard rumors of some disrespect to another channel in here. I'm not seeing any sign of that tonight, though. So Cindy says, I like your analysis. Well, thank you. I really try to bring you the best that I can. I really do. And I try usually not to pick sides, although sometimes it may show that there are some things that bug me about one side or another. I mean, that may come through, but you know, I try to bring you the stories to what's happening. And the main purpose of what I bring you is so you're aware of a situation. And usually at the end of my videos, I talk about things that we could do to address this, or things you need to do to get ready for it. And I usually am covering both. If I think we can prevent or have the slightest chance of preventing a bad event from taking place, I'm all over it. That's why I chaired 2 power grid defense conferences. That's why I bring power grid defense topics in here all the time. I believe that we can fix this, but we're really going to have to work at it. We got to really work at it. It takes everybody. We need public voice coming into the halls of those that govern us. They got to hear us loud and clear. And they didn't know that if they don't fix this, that their ability to sit in that nice cushy seat in that office in the Capitol Hill, so wherever they sit at, you know, Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., Goat Hill here in Alabama, that's what we call it, Montgomery. They're at risk of having those nice cushy jobs if they don't listen to us. We got to suddenly make clear on that. And you know, there's things that they're letting by that just shouldn't be. And we got to start being heard. I know darn well that we can be heard in Washington, D.C., because I caused a lot of things to happen in terms of passing space legislation. I've had major impacts on that kind of stuff. I was chairman of the policy committee of the National Space Society for 10 years. So that's where I get the expertise in dealing with those kind of things. So yes, we can, but we got to get together and resolve to make these differences. I believe we can. DeSoto Caverns look good to me right now. I'm worried. Hey, Carol, are you close to DeSoto? Which means you're close to me then. You're up here in northeast part of the state then. All right, so hey, Carol, like I said, there's a prepper meeting tomorrow morning at the library, 10 a.m. Echo on the forest, happy birthday, Geckles. Let's see, Lady Bell says, happy birthday from my fellow Pisces. My birthday is the 5th. My mom's is the 12th. We got another fellow Pisces in the house here tonight too, who just had a birthday on the 17th. Anyone venture to guess who that was? Vicky, I have several caves and multiple springs on my property. Vicky, that is awesome. That's what you need when all this stuff goes down. You got the springs, you can have the water, you got the caves. Jesse moved to Alaska, says Taz. Oh, okay. Well, Jesse's pretty happy in Northeast Arizona. And I got some property there. I think that's a pretty good bug up place. They're kind of close, says Carol. Okay. Carol could also be in Georgia or Tennessee, but I bet you're in that area. Sandra Johnson, my neighbor was a bachelor and had wind power, propane refrigerator, and an outdoor John. I worked for him till he got married. Oh, well, guess you missed that one, huh? Lisa B used shale with pot and soil, help keep the water in dry climates. Yeah, I've seen where people are putting what was it on sand? Putting on sand, keep it moist. Getting brain locked right now. There's something that people add to sand to help keep the moisture in. Yeah, I'm getting brain locked. It's maybe somebody think of it in a minute. It's not Vaseline. What is it that we're putting on the sand? I have to work on it. Kathy, I'm February 24th. Okay. Doom Slayer. Happy birthday, Greg. All right, let's lay some Doom. There we go. Hey, you ever played the game Doom? It was written by Michael Carmack. I knew Michael Carmack. His wife was named Kane. Oriental lady, real smart. Broken Fish, Green Eggs. Were you in Texas when the shuttle came down? No, I wasn't there then. I've got this part of my family is all in Texas. Well, except for me and the oldest granddaughter. I got family in Texas. I got kids and I got a kid, my oldest daughter, and 2 grandkids in Texas. So half of my descendants are living in the state of Texas right now. So I got an interest in Texas. I got an interest in Arizona. I got 40 acres there. And here, I've got 2 kids and a grandkid here in Alabama. But the one that lives in Texas was born in Alaska. My son was born in North Carolina. Daniel Twitt, I'm 278 days younger than there, Mr. Green Griggs. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? Daniel knows about all these space groups. He knows all about them. You missed Daniel me showing a little video of me when I opened up the opening session on list at the 1993 International Space Development Conference. That's what that was. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about military affairs. Lady Bell, Green Grass, Texas is the best country in the world. It's got a lot of good country there. Texas is huge. But Alaskans like to joke. They say, well, Alaska's going to break up into 2 states, and then Texas will be the 3rd largest. Alaska is huge, and it's empty. Whew, it's empty, except if you get around Anchorage, but Anchorage don't count. Hands on. Let's see. Jesse talking to Taz, James Couch, Vicky Savage. How far do the caves go? That's a good question. How far back do the caves go, Vicky? Do you know? John in the Spirit. I see Vicky Savage. My back won't let me explore the caves anymore. Yeah, she's having some hard back problems. But I've got a drone coming. Oh, okay. Well, be careful on that drone here. It might get stuck. You need some spelunker to back you up. I might have to come up here and explore your caves for you. All right, let's share some weather and things going on. Heard something. What did I hear? Yeah, we're not outside tonight just because it's so cotton picking wet out there. We've had a bunch of rain. It's soaking wet out there. That's the only reason we're not walking around listening to the frogs now. We're listening to the frogs Wednesday night. So I'm drinking coffee to Greg. Well, thank you, Taz. And here's a coffee to you. Now I got my last sip in here. Starting to get cool anyway. Now I switch over to tea. I got a drinking problem. Coffee and tea. Too much coffee, too much tea. All right. Hans Hammond, how you doing? John in the Spirit. Let's see, Daniel Twick, get your ham license. That's a good idea. You know what we need to do? I need to go over and open up KLW World News. I need to have a look back at them. Hang on, guys. Wrong thing here. Hey, Ace, how you doing? Thank you for that, Ace. I'm drinking the coffee to Greg, says Taz. Well, thank you, Taz. Let's see here. We want to go. I'm going to go over and look at. I hope I ain't got too much windows open here. I might crash my computer here if I'm not careful. This computer can handle only a very limited number of windows being open. Sometimes if our windows don't have a lot of gobbledygook in it, I can open a few more. That's kind of where I'm at right now. But if I'm not careful, I'll crash everything. So KLW World News. Yeah, we're up. All right, what we're going to do here, we're going to go. I'll show y'all guys what this looks like. Oh, we can hear it. Hang on. We may get feedback on feedback. I'll be quiet for a little bit. Hang on. All right, it's not broadcasting live now, so if I talk, it won't. Okay, there's sound out. So if I'm talking now, it won't get feedback between the channels. But he had us live on there a little bit ago. He's got 16 screens up here, as you can see. So go ahead, y'all can jump in there and do a room raid, say room raid from Green Greg's. Hey, Broken Fish, I'll see you in both places. All right. Don't run in there and say room raid. So I'm gonna respond to them real quick. One Broken Fish. Yeah, I'm telling people thank you for wishing me happy birthday. They already know it from being in both places. But you see, he's in both places. All right. There we go. Now I'm gonna leave this channel here. So here you have land in Arizona. I was born and raised in Northeast Arizona. So okay. In Snowflake. Not that I am a snowflake. My property's in Snowflake. I can type it. I can't type. But I got a snowflake sign right here somewhere from my buddy Rex. Where'd I put it? Yeah, guys. Let me show y'all this. All right, room raid. There you go. Room raid. Say room raid from Green Greg's. There we go. You got it, Lady Bell. We got to raid some other channel here soon, right? Some big channel that don't know us. Yeah, these folks know us. We got to surprise somebody that don't know us. All right. So you guys have fun. I'll come back in here to my channel here. All right. So thank you to Lady Lee and all you wheel heads. My channel, we got swivel heads, and over there is wheel heads. All right, we'll stop this share. Halo. Is that fun? Hope that wasn't too bad. There we go. So let's see. I'm going to come back in here, and we're going to share some other stuff here. First, I need to read my chat. See what you guys are saying. All right. Won't let me donate. Hey, you can all, if you can't go to the super chat button, you can always send me a donation to PayPal, greg@greengregs.com. I think it's the same in Venmo. greg@greengregs.com. Doing a room raid. Yeah, we're gonna have to pick another channel to do a room raid on tonight. Somebody that don't have, I think Mammoth in Kentucky. All right, and there's Mammoth Caverns in Kentucky. Cathedral Caverns is in Grant, Alabama, which is really close to here. Cathedral Caverns is awesome. I need to go there and make video and just upload later. I can't do live inside a cavern. Joe Dirt says it is a valid strategy to take from the marauders, bandits. After all goes, if they're marauding bandit, yeah. I used to always figure it's probably a fair thing to rob a drug dealer. Yeah, do hits on drug dealers, on gangs. Yeah, put a hit on the gang. Billy Ray. Yeah, there you go. Okay, it must just be the Viking blood in me. Oh, okay, we'll rob the robbers. I gotta be careful what I say on here. This platform might kick me off for saying that. This is a live action role playing, guys. This is a LARP session. Lady Lee Bell says, Green Gregs, that was awesome. Well, thank you, Lady Lee Bell. Thank you very much. Sonora Caverns. I haven't been there. Let's see. Pet Pen 1, Happy Earth Day. Is today Earth Day? Greenest of the Green Gregs. There you go. Earth Day is generally in April, but we can have Earth Day whenever we want it, right? Oh, what's going on my phone? My pocket getting hot. Let's see. All right, so Vicky say, happy birthday, mate. Says question reality. Well, thank you. Best part of my property is that's the end of the road, the most visible unless you're, you can't see unless you're on top of it. That's good. Will scare the denizens out of deliverance. Ooh, I like that. Albany, Oregon Skywatch. I feel old, Scratch. You're only as old as you feel, but you say you feel old. Don't do that. Holbrook, Arizona is 20 miles from Snowflake. My friend bought some property there. True, Daniel. That's true. Holbrook is just right up north of Snowflake. Down the road. You know, you go south of Snowflake, you're getting into getting down into the mountainous areas. Florida Caverns on top of Skyline Drive is awesome. Okay. So yeah, there we go. Echo, there's too many people. Yeah, by Sonora, too many people. Yeah, there are a lot of people over there. I love the Viking era, says Lady Bell. Okay, all right, lady. I see, lady, you're a mod over in Lee's channel, right? Scratch says a lot. Hello, Albany, Oregon Skywatcher, Broken Fish, where in Oregon? Oh, okay, you're Oregonian. Debbie Paints. Gunnersville was a really cool museum about flooding of the lakes. Oh, Debbie Paints. Where are you from, Debbie? I was born in Gunner's Patch. Caves also have snakes. Yeah, they don't go too far back. Find them in the front rooms. Sounds wonderful to me. Wish I had positioned myself better with finances. Okay, James. See, the best caverns, millions of formations. Yeah. Guys, what it is, you know, these the formations isn't going to grow, but you know, something like I think 4 inches in 1,000 years. It takes, I think, in 10,000 years, a stalactite or stalagmite only grow 4 foot. That's why if you go like Cathedral Caverns, there's a huge column that's been growing for millions of years. If you had the pole shift that some people are talking about and big waves sweeping across over the land like they talk about, it would shatter the stalactites and stalagmites and caves. Water coming in like that and that depth would cut like a laser. You think about on a submarine, you get a pinprick hole and that water jet shooting through will cut through stuff, cut through metal. It's like a knife. In fact, there are water lasers. You can cut with water and cut out steel. People do that. Water and pressure is, wow, it blows your mind. So this whole notion that, you know, we had those waves sweeping across the continents here in like 12,000 years ago, it didn't happen, guys. It didn't happen. I've canned 28 pints of carrots today. What is this? Oh, I see why it's held back. Balls jars. Okay. Yeah, you're a little bit on the side there. Those jars, ball jars. Sound like he's talking about something else. We got to keep the, all right. Yeah, we do make inferences from time to time, but guys, let's do keep our chat clean. This is a family channel. Let's see. Bugsy, I'm from Sholo. Oh, you're from Sholo. Hey, I've been to Sholo. Matter of fact, I got me a big smoke pole in Sholo. Yeah, half an inch. It's a 5-0 in the CAL, if you know what I'm talking about. Thompson Center. Yeah, sure enough. Yeah, and they got a Trump, or they did have a, I guess they probably don't know, they had a Trump store there in Sholo. Nice restaurant, I ate at. Yeah, I've been to Sholo. It's pretty around Sholo. Sholo's got the nice big pine trees everywhere. You know, where I'm at, it's just, you know, the biggest thing is a juniper bush. Sholo is a pretty area though. And it's named for a card game, Show Low. Snowflake was named after two individuals, one named Snow and one named Flake. I swear, it was not named after the snow. So that's something now you know. But guys, you know, just in case you wonder, snowflakes don't do well around my channel. Let's see here. Rex sent me that. What else did Rex send me here? Oh, yeah, if you're a flat Earth fan, yeah, watch it. You might fall off. Rex even sent me my own logo. Yeah, I got these from Rex, Buddy Rex. And I love this one. Caution, wormholes. Yeah, I have wormhole generators, guys. I'll be looking for sharecroppers. There you go, Vicky. That's what you need, sharecroppers. That's something I've been talking about. So if you're in Arizona and you want to sharecrop some property, go see Vicky Salvage. Let's see. Ken Wilson's talking to Bugsy. Lady Lee Bell, Green Greg's. You got that right. I saw the last part of the comment about, yeah, that's a little risky. That's a little risky, guys. Just a little risky. I want, you know, let's be careful what we say. You were talking about ball cannon jars. I get it, but that was a little bit risky. We'll let it go, but let's be careful. We do have a family channel here. Sophia, where's Sophia at? There you are, back again. Good to see you, Sophia. Carol McLean says coal mines near Clanton in the west. Okay. Closed mines. Oh, closed mines. I didn't read it right first. Ace Crawford, do you think Russia will come to the USA? I think our biggest risk is they would nuke us. Well, or EMP us. Probably more likely. The worst thing they could do to us is EMP our country, probably nuke the missile fields, and set off their status 6 Poseidon torpedoes, one off with 100 megaton SAR bombers in them, one off the East Coast, one off the West Coast, and one on the Gulf Coast. Take out all our port facilities, coastal cities, run tsunamis for miles inland, and that tsunami would be radioactive. So we won't be able to go to any beaches. Won't be able to use our ports. The only way in and out of North America would be through the Arctic. You'd have to go north to Alaska, maybe the North Pacific, Canada, Hudson Bay. Yeah, we'd be in a world of hurt. There'd be no international trade. 9 out of 10 people would perish from the societal collapse from EMP. The cities would be gone. But then they would also have a hard time coming in unless they came in through Alaska. But I don't think any invasion force coming in from outside at that point would fare well, because people here will be mad as a bunch of a nest of hornets kicked hard. So even though 9 out of 10 people might pass away, the ones left would be, yeah, they would be tougher than nails and meaner than snakes. And anybody coming in to invade would, yeah, they'd be chewed up. They ain't gonna get far. unless they don't nuke the West Coast and come in from the West Coast. They might take coastal areas of California and Oregon and Washington State. I don't think they get too far in them though. My fear of EMP. Exactly, Carol. Yeah, well, there's some good jars, ball jars and mason jars. This EMP really worries me. It's too easily done. And Russia considers an EMP electronic warfare. They don't consider it nuclear warfare. It's in their doctrine under electronic warfare because it takes out our electrical systems. But what happens afterwards is catastrophic. This is bad, or maybe even worse than being nuked. If we could get nuked without having an associated EMP, I would say that the EMP will still take out more people than the nukes. Yeah, people don't realize that. And then we'll have problems with our nuclear power plants. Oh my God, we're gonna have problems with those. If you live near one, form a group up to do bucket brigades. Keep the water in them. Jeez, need a lot of groups to do that. How likely do you think an EMP strike is from 1 to 100%? Wow, that's really hard to say. It it depends on what's our likelihood of having a war, or having Russia or China or North Korea, and in the future Iran. So there'd be 4 different nations that could EMP us. If any one of those nations just got fed up enough with us and decided if they took us out that the world would be their oyster, they might just do it. And as far as China goes, if we weren't in their way, the world probably would be their oyster. Definitely, they could have Taiwan. So that ups the ante quite a bit. When you consider the tensions between the United States and Russia right now, that ups the ante quite a bit. What's the chances? Whew, I hate to. My crystal ball just ain't telling me. I really hate to opine on that. It's higher than I would like. Let me put that way. It's way higher than I would like. Way higher. I've got some people in here in my chat room who've told me they've had visions. And I've had people that weren't in this chat room. There's the dreams of Stacy Zavicki that really are sobering. But she had those knowing nothing about EMPs or these kind of things, yet she had the most credible scenario for the occurrence of it in her dream, for a deniable attack on the United States coming out of the offshore from Venezuela. Could be anybody. So how in the world did somebody know that didn't even know what an EMP was? She had an urban farm and milked cows, and yet she had that vision. That was rather spooky. If the nuclear fields take a direct hit, that's a threat for those here in Alabama. Kathy. So we have missile launch complexes in Montana, North Dakota, maybe South Dakota. We have the Sac Air Base with the B-52s. I think that's in South Dakota. Manette. What's the name of that place? There's various Air Force bases there. I've driven by the end of the runway and I've seen those B-52s taking off when I drove up through there back in 1981. It's been a long time since I drove through there. It was kind of awesome to see them things taking off. So I've been in the area, but those would be big targets. Watch my video with Dr. Peter Vincent Pry. The naval bases, especially ones where our submarines are based, will be huge targets. Of course, Washington, D.C. will be a target. NORAD, Colorado Springs, Colorado will be targeted. You don't want to live near these places, but the biggest hits will be our missile bases and up north. There will be a lot of radiation coming out. I've shown you maps of this in my nuclear survival videos. Go back and watch those videos and you'll see where to expect this massive radiation from the hits that occur there. And it will not be pretty. And it destroy some of the prettiest, most productive areas in America should that happen. So let's hope and pray this don't come to pass, guys. We do not need a war with Russia. We should not want to get into a war with Russia. I understand wanting to help the people in Ukraine. They don't want me to be run over either. But guys, we do not need a war with Russia. Craig, Rocky Mountain here, Utah. Rocky Mountains. All right, Granny. You know you're in Utah. So Wasatch Mountains, right? Let's see here. Jeremiah says, I think NATO troops are already here. Obama brought. Yeah, strange stuff. Strange stuff. Vicky, sounds awesome. Sparrowlight and what are we talking about? Matterman, Galena. You talking about lead? Galena from lead. Yeah, March 11th is an odd day, Jeremiah. A lot of things happened on March 11th. Earthquake, Fukushima, when the WHO announced that we had a pandemic, you know, a couple of years ago, March 11th, both dates. So if you don't have a license on me, you can still use it for listening. I'm talking about the ham. That's true. That's true. And if the world goes to heck in the handbasket, ain't nobody going to be checking for licenses then. Let's see. Been in B-52s. Oh, you've actually been in the B-52. Okay. Well, I've crawled all over Black Hawk helicopters. I worked on them. I've not flown them. I've flown in a Huey. I slung load a Huey when I was in the Army. You know, put a sling, you know, where you can carry a payload. I've done that. You got to touch them with a grounding pole and ground them before you could do anything else with them. My son tells me I've been talking about this scenario since he was in school with Russia and China attacking, and it will be happening in February. So I won't change my mind. So yeah, she actually told me the attack would occur. It would all start February. She said 23rd, and then when it happened on 24th, she thought she was wrong. I said no. The 23rd was the day Putin put all his forces on high alert and went in his bunker, a special drill. So really, it did start on the 23rd. You actually nailed it. Just didn't realize it. Granny Land and Gigi can come here to stay too. Well, thank you. Thank you. Who knows? I'm going back and forth. I may need various places to snooker in for a bit. I'll be hopefully, if I get everything going, I'll be going back and forth across the country, traveling between Arizona and Alabama, a few other places. Tariffs from the wheat. Okay, yeah, we got that. That's right, Daniel. You don't need any FCC in an emergency. But an out-of-tune radio means there's output power being reflected back into the radio. Okay, scratch, yeah. Tinker could be a target. Oh, you're near Tinker Air Force Base, Cindy. Yeah, it could be. It could be, definitely. Tinker, Eglin. Now you're down on the Florida coast. Yeah, I've been down in the area when I was preparing to do my catch prize launch. I was hunting sites for our ground tracking systems. So let's see. Ricketts. Any update would make with your best? Any updates you make to your best places to survive video? Well, I got two of those videos. I got a general bug out video and I got a nuclear survival video. You need to check both of those out. One's more generic and one's more focused on the nuclear aspect. So check those out by all means. So do check those out. Problem is dreams of the future are fluid, not set. Well, that's just the whole thing, you know. Who was it got swallowed by the fish? Help me out, guys. Who got swallowed by the fish? The prophet. Jonah. Jonah, you know, had supposed to prophesy against Nineveh. Nineveh was about to get whacked. But they repented and it spared them for a while, just for a while. So it doesn't mean the future can be altered. That's why you're supposed to prophesy. It was to give them a chance to rectify their situation, which they did for a while. Yeah, it did happen. You're right. It did happen on the 23rd when it started, at least with the nuclear drills. Do you have a home address, Gigi? Yeah, you'll find it on my, oh, do I have your home address? I don't know, Granny, maybe. You can always text it to me. You got my phone number. No, I don't think I do. Just text him. You got my, well, I might, because you sent me some stuff. I don't know if I got the package. Just text it to me, Granny. You got my contacts. All right. So Daniel's talking about, where you have solar concentrating the thermal power. Yeah, that's a good system. And run compressed air. Yeah, that is EMP resistant. You're right about that. Starting cycle. Yep. That is one form of solar power that is resistant to EMP without a doubt. Let's see. Walmart fire. Oh, Echo Force. I understand, John, that really sets the clicks. Amsterdam says, Mr. Green, what do you think if Yellowstone was hit? There's been some of the Russians have talked about targeting Yellowstone. They've actually talked about it. I don't know. Yep, on my birthday, Gigi. Okay. Very good. I think, so he scratches. I think my channel is nearly impossible to find at the month Albany. Oh, well, that's kind of hard to follow what you're saying there. Sandra Johnson. John was swallowed by a whale when he disobeyed. That's right. That's right. Prophesy. He did come out and prophesy later. Pure blood here too, Billy. So, all right, everybody can check out Scratch's channel. Check him out, guys. Our old buddy Scratch. He's been on our channel for long. Scratch, let's see, you've only done one video in the last 30 days. You got 23 total. Bing, and just subscribe and click the all on Scratch's channel, guys. Says you don't have any content though. How is that? You got 23 videos but no content. Check all your videos off Scratch. All right, that's what happened. Take his videos off, I suppose. KLW World News is still going. Nothing on my channel. It's all hidden. I noticed that. Let's see here. Is Lady Bell still in the house? Lady Bell, say hi. You're still in the house. I'm looking for your previous entry. Will they bomb Arizona? Well, they may take out the bigger cities in the South. Let me show y'all something. My channel's been hit for a few days. Okay. Hang on, I'm gonna have to close a few things I got open. I'm gonna open something else to show y'all. In a second, I'm gonna pull up the screen. People ask what's gonna be bombed. We're gonna talk about something here. If I can find it. Notes. Here we go. This will be a topic maybe put in a future video, but y'all can see this tonight. All right, let me share this screen. Bada bing, bada bang, boy, it's eating my memory up. Okay. Check my memory. I haven't shared the screen yet. Hang on, guys. Got to come back to the right place to do that. Here we are. So many screens I have to shuffle when I'm doing all this stuff. So let's go over to, yeah, that's it. Here we go, guys. Look at this. This is 1,000 largest cities in U.S. by population. I'll put this in our chat room when I come back to it. I kind of figure since the Russians have at least 2,600 strategic weapons that are ready to go in any minute, that they would probably take half of them, or better than half of them, and attack our strategic missile bases and military bases. And then maybe the other half would be on U.S. cities. So what was the city asked about? You don't hear somebody, oh, northern Arizona. Yeah, southern Arizona's got a lot of huge metropolitan areas that might get hit. But I figured probably the 1,000 largest cities. Panama City, Florida, it's got 36,000. So if you live in a city with over 35,000, you might figure it would be a target. If your city's got over 35,000, it's probably close to the top 1,000. And if Russia attacked, there's a good chance it'd be targeted. Stop share. Halo. Come in here, put that in our chat room. Oh, there you go. That link is the link to that 1,000 city list. You can go check it. Sub to scratch, said Daniel. All right, scratch, you got a bunch of subs here. As a child, my dad built Minuteman. Okay. Your story scared you. I bet. All right, Scratch, you got some subs tonight. Iodine is toxic. Iodine is in the effective form. All right. We're going to switch here. Joe Dirt. It's simple. Don't pass judgment. Yeah, all right. There we go. We're going to do this one. Indianapolis, 201, second largest government building in America. Indianapolis. I don't know. Hey, I went to federal court in Indianapolis one time. Only city I've ever been to federal court in. Booger towns got about 1,500. They'll probably be, I'll hit you for spite. That's why people love our towns. If you like boogers, you'll go to Booger Town, USA. That's how a little Bargain Town jingle used to sound. It remembers Bargain Town. Jesse Mills Greg. Northeast Arizona was a target base. Was shut down in the 70s. There is a military depot in the vicinity of Flagstaff that might be targeted. That would be the biggest risk we'd face, Jesse. But we'd still be a pretty good ways away from the radiation. So, and it would probably, after a couple of weeks, it'll be gone mostly. My brother, the gunny, always jokes about they're going to hit sub base, and it will be me in Oregon. Oh, well, you might want to move, Broken Fish. Don't tell Greg. All right, James, what's up? That's what I like to avoid, says Joe Dirt. All right, James, what's cooking? Put on my leg here. Don't tell Greg. Shh. Right, let's see here. Burger Town, snot on the map. Burger Town, snot on the map. I grew up close to a place called Needmore. Try that out. There's another community in the area where I grew up called Possum Trot. We had Rabbit Town, Possum Trot, Needmore. This place up above the road here above me called Lick Skillet. How about that? Lick Skillet. That's a good name, right? See, I live east of Indianapolis, and Donald John Trump 66. Michael, let's see what was that. Oh, you're all in that match. Oh yeah, Jeremiah. I hadn't seen you here for a while, Jeremiah. You just started coming back. You've been gone for a while. Greg, that's the one I was talking about. Yeah. Yeah, that place might get a hit. Redstone Arsenal. Well, Redstone Arsenal's got a bunch of bunkers. What you'd expect Redstone Arsenal is the bunkers would take, any bunkers would take probably a subsurface burst hit. You know, I showed like, you know, air burst, ground burst, they'd probably drill in. They'd want to take those bunkers out. So they might even hit the airfield there is on. So I'm thinking locally they would nuke Madison, southeast Huntsville with air burst. They might do an air burst over downtown Huntsville. Oh yeah, the big cities would get more than one burst. They would get several. And again, because of the size of the runways, they might put a ground burst on each of the runways at Huntsville International Airport, and possibly even Madison Executive Airport. That's what I figured the local targets would be. So I showed y'all in my nuclear survival videos how far you need to be away. I'm at least 14 miles away from all those, one better. So I think I'm okay here in that regards. But the fallout patterns come around and I got trouble. If Brown's Ferry cuts off, I got trouble. That's what you got to watch out for. Too much agriculture, says Joe Dirt. Uh-oh. Toadsuck, Arkansas. Well, that's a funny name, Vicky. I'm in the hollers, says Carol. Okay. Billy 777. Once you hear there's a nuke hitting, wrap yourself in lead. Yeah, right. I'll just whip it on my back pocket. Anston? Yeah, because they got the Army Depot down there. Good chance, good chance. All right, Santa's hitting hay. Very good. All right, Santa, good to see you. Glad you were here tonight. 104 in the room still. We're going to look at some, we're going to look at a few of the websites here real quick. Things we used to look at a lot on here. Give me a second. One momentum, please. Got to come in here and do another share. Well, first I'm going to put it on windy. Windy. Let's see here. There you go, guys. Pretty mild temperatures in most of the United States now. 55 in this neck of the woods here, roughly. 60s, 30s. So you way north, you got up down to freezing. 32 up in Minnesota, 26. Actually, Minnesota is one of our cooler places. Look down here though, 32, 28 in the Four Corners area. 30, Flagstaff, below freezing. Show low. Talked about Show low tonight. 37 degrees at Show low. All right. Out in the Gulf. Oh, we got some temperatures out in the oil rigs now. Well, that's new. These didn't report out here too much. I assume these are on some of the oil rigs out here. There's not many in this area. What is that all about? All right, Alberta's a little bit cool there. Arnold's up in here. Oh, look at Alaska, 14, 16, 3 degrees. 3 degrees at Austin Air Force Base. That's the closest. On the coldest temperature, we got -2 up here in the Brooks Range. -4, -8. -20 right here. -25, 24. Probably the coldest on the map right now. All right. So we look at rainfall totals. One thing is all I'm doing here. This next 3 days. Oh, next 5 days. Amount of rain for the next 10 days. Mississippi River Valley is getting pounded by rain. All right, let's go to earthquakes. I think what I want to look at. Right on the San Andreas, a couple of new ones over here. What's this guy all about? I want to go closer. Why don't you open up this button for me? There we go. Viola, Kansas. Always a lot of earthquakes right here. That's really interesting. Of course, Puerto Rico's having a few. These are all minor earthquakes, by the way. Now we're at space weather. Lansing below possible today. How about CME? We know we had a small, very tiny asteroid about the size of a grand piano hit above Norway a couple of days ago, and they actually predicted, they didn't see it until a couple hours before it hit, but they predicted when and where it would hit. They did do good for that. But a couple hours ain't a lot of warning, especially when you got to clear a place. It's just not a lot of warning. So these are ones that zoomed past us in the past. Now we're right here on the 19th. Looking forward, naturally, you don't see much to be worried about here. Don't mean we ain't got a few slipping by us past us, because once we get to the 19th, our calendar will look like this calendar with all the near misses. Anywho, well, that's about it. Let's see what anything else to share here. Excuse me, hell. Well, the coffee didn't last long enough. I'll come back over and monitor the chat in the room. There we go. Got the chat turned back on. I'll monitor it. Let's see here. Why is Fukushima way off the radar? No news. Keep water on to see number 1 G reactors and uncontrolled meltdown pumps are pumping massive amounts of radioactive water. Well, Peter Pan, they think they got it under control. Of course, they had a big earthquake there. It could really cause problems, especially since at Fukushima, the spent rod pools are actually on top of the plant, which is kind of nutty. All right, Scratch, gotcha. Truth Seeker, howdy, Greg. How did you? Let's see. Don't get quakes. Well, you're lucky on that accord. You seldom get a hurricane and you don't get tornadoes, do you? All right, guys, excuse me. It's getting late for me because I haven't slept much the past couple of nights. Oh, okay. I'm reading Jeremiah's comment. These long comments. So some people do more of the Big Granny, my liver is fine. It's good to know. All right. So does red rice yeast help lungs? Well, ask New Days Always that question. New Days Always, there's a question. Does red rice yeast help lungs? All right, Mullen does. Perlite, what are you gonna do with perlite, Craig? Oh, sorry, guys. Wow. Sorry about that, man. Yeah, it's been a long day for me. Thinking need some water. My kidneys giving me grief. Oh, Scratch. We'll have to pray for you. Scratch busted me. Red clover helps lungs. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Whew. Home Depot throws out skids. Okay. Yeah, welcome back. Well, just a second, but man, oh my gosh, I got enough coffee here. Plantain. Oh yeah, plantain grows in the yards. I need more coffee. That's what I need. Yeah. All right. Too quiet down here. It's 2024. I don't do that to me, Cal. James, is that what you're trying to pull on me, James? He's going, shh, don't do it, Greg. Yeah, it's my B day. It's that. Definitely. All right. Statins are a family of cholesterol. Yeah, I had some big problems with those. I got put on them years ago, and I threw that stuff away. I'll tell you, I threw it away. I thought I wasn't going to be able to walk anymore. I threw that away. I got better right off the bat. So I don't want nothing to do with those things. Nothing. Anyway. Let's see. All right. Yeah, Greg, we're praying for that's it. That's it. We do need to pray. We probably should call it a night here. We went through the news. I've answered some questions. And we've been on for almost 2 hours, not quite. Cannibal will try to eat your leg, yeah. Don't be the long for it, Taz. Yeah, chronically short. Yeah, you're right. Ricky knows that. I don't get enough sleep. All right, guys, let's do that. I hear you, Daniel. I've had severe troubles on. I've seen other people, same department. All right, let's pray for Granny. Is it Shaylee? We got to pray for Kaylee, Shaylee. We got to pray for Scratch. We need to say a prayer for Randy Blau, the Wee Bottle Bunny Farm. We need to say a prayer for is it Chewy Weather? We need to pray for North Shore Preparedness, guys. Let's pray for him. He needs some help. He needs help. He was live earlier while we were live, making worm tea for plants now. Yeah, we should have done another room raid. Greg, don't worry about the views. It's about to go. What? It's about good people coming together. We're doing that. We got that. Pray for world peace. That's a good one, Matterman. Susan Peters, we love you, Greg, but after pulling a Bonnie, we need a prayer and a good night. Yeah, well, let's do that. Let's do that. All right, folks. Let's have a little prayer session. Everybody pray according to your own method for prayer. We're not a religious channel. I'll tell you how to do it. That's up to you. Pray for better leadership for America. Bingo, Jeremiah. That's a good one. All right. Let's do that right now. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Amen. Amen. World peace and split of the world peace in spite. Yeah, in spite of the idiots running. We needed to add an E in there. We'll let spit instead of spite. And spit. There's that too. There we go, Albany. Pickaxe Prepper. Hey, then, Pickaxe. Good to see you. We just said our final prayers tonight. We're about to go. We actually picked up a few people in the chat room here. I can see 90 to 101. Wow. It's been magical to get to 1:30 in the morning. Ace Lee says, hello. Well, good to see you, Ace Lee. Yeah, we're picking people up. How about that? And we just had a little prayer session. We are family here. We pray for each other. I hear you, Ace Lee. It looks like that's what he wants. All right, guys. Let's call it a night. I want to thank everybody for coming in here tonight. I want to thank those of you who super chatted. Thank you, super chatters. Thank you, mods. You've been busy. And thank you, everyone